Well, we've been covering the new DCU slate pretty carefully, and the other day we did a report on Bill Skarsgard and a potential role for him in the DCU. Well, earlier today, a new update on his casting came through, and guess what? The new reports are it's not the character we talked about the other day, but it would be a great fit for the actor, so let's dive in. Well, like we were talking about the other day, there have been reports that it and John Wick 4 actor Bill Skarsgard might be joining some DCU project. Now, we did a report the other day from two different sources about his casting and potential roles, and one of the things that was suggested then is he could be part of Superman Legacy and actually be playing Brainiac. There also has been speculation he could be our new Batman or even a member of the Authority. But earlier today on the Hot Mic podcast, Jeff Snyder chimed in and gave us what he had been hearing about the casting. Now, in the most recent edition of the podcast, he said the actor is actually being looked at to play Alec Holland, aka Swamp Thing. Now, at this point, we don't know if he's actually in the talks or someone at the studio wants him to play the part or something in between. But I want to note a few points while considering this as a possibility for him to be part of the James Mangold movie. Now, first and foremost, James Gunn has made it clear on several occasions there will be no castings until the script is done. And there is absolutely no indications that the Swamp Thing script is done or it's even been started. James Mangold is attached to direct the film, which has many people excited, and I'm sure it's in the early development process, probably being written as we speak. But I would be utterly shocked if the film was finished and they were already moving into the casting stage, because there's multiple other DCU projects would be cast, shot, and released before Swamp Thing would even need to jump into production. Now, this doesn't mean he's not playing Alec Holland, because there is another possibility here, another point James Gunn has also made. He has said a few times that the upcoming Superman Legacy movie will lay the groundwork for the new DCU and will contain other heroes besides Superman. Now, we've heard reports of Mr. Terrific, and there's a laundry list of characters that could fit into a Superman movie, and I suppose one of them could be Swamp Thing. Gunn may very well intend on introducing us to many of the new heroes that are going to be part of Chapter 1 in this first movie, and if they're casting a Swamp Thing already, then they might be planning on giving us some exposure to each one of the new characters in the upcoming project, teeing off all the other films and series that are going to be coming our way over the next 3 years. I think the key here is Mangold is already on board, and quite often directors really do want to cast their lead. Having him on board so early might have allowed them to iron out those details, hence why they're looking to cast Swamp Thing now and maybe put him into Superman. Obviously, this is all speculation, but Swamp Thing does stand out from the rest of their projects because Mangold's already attached to direct. Now, this also hasn't been confirmed by anybody else, and like everything that doesn't come from James Gunn or DC Studios, we want to take it with a grain of salt. But Jeff Snyder has hit quite a few home runs in the last year, and Skarsgård's name keeps coming up, so I do feel like he's up for at least one or more of these parts. Where he comes to life in the DCU, we're going to have to wait and see.